Volkswagen Passat B3, third generation, began to be produced in 1988, and at the same time this car went on sale. Initially, the car was presented only in the sedan, but soon the station wagon, the variant, also saw the light. This model of the German automobile industry today is distinguished by its simplicity and versatility, which is why, despite its advanced age, it can still be found on Ukrainian roads. Some of the important things that should be known to a person who has opted for this car or is just planning to purchase it. What engine is installed on the car? At the end of time, the versions diverge. Some say that there were as many as 13, 10 gasoline and 3 diesel, others have 9, including gasoline, 1.8 liters 75 to 90 liters, S, 2.0 liters 115 to 150 liters, S, 2.8 liters to 174 horsepower, 2.9 liters to 190 horsepower, and diesel, 1.9 liters 75 to 90 liters, S. Gearbox, 5-speed manual or and 4-speed. Machine. Standard car has front-wheel drive, but there are also all-wheel drive instances, synchro. It is worth remembering about the options for completing the machine: base, CL, luxury, GL, and sport, GT. Let's briefly dwell on the problematic points and nuances that are most often found in the Volkswagen Passat B3. Due to age, corrosion/rust, low ground clearance, lack of power in 1.6 and 1.8 liter 75 horsepower petrol engines. When the engine wears out, consumption gradually begins to increase, but if the car is properly maintained, it will not exceed 10 to 11 liters. The belt drive must be changed every 60,000 kilometers on all engines except the 2.8 liters VR6. The complexity of the engine design, which complicates the overhaul and makes it much more expensive. Car with a rare 160 horsepower engine, 1.8 liters aged is better not to purchase, due to compressor failure and as a result of almost complete failure. Leakage of oil and antifreeze. Failure of the ignition system, distributor and slider. In a manual transmission, there are problems with the leakage of the oil seals of the final drive, as a result of which the fifth gear refuses to engage. Noisy operation of the gearbox due to abrasion of the bearings. For the smooth operation of the gearbox, control the oil level in it and replace it together with the filter every 60 to 80,000 km. Often there is a need to change the springs due to subsidence. It is important to understand that since the car was quite common in our country, it will not be difficult to find spare parts for it on any request, and at the same time, prices can also be very different depending on the manufacturer. But it must be remembered that such a workhorse with high mileage can make you often devote time to it. Most often, experienced owners of the Volkswagen Passat B3 note among the advantages of the car, the availability of spare parts, the simplicity of the construction of structures and mechanisms, unpretentiousness and long service life. Nissan Almera Classic, is it worth taking? This car should be more grateful to its birth in South Korea than Japan. Although, of course, he is Japanese reliability, the machine turned out to be quite strong. In our country, Nissan Almera Classic was in strong demand. After all, for quite reasonable money it was possible to get almost Japanese quality, with a criminal Nissan inscription on the radiator grille. Nissan Almera Classic first appeared in 2002 and was based on the N16 platform, which was received from the hatchback. But in reality, this car first appeared in Korea under the name Samsung SM3, but it came to us under a more automobile brand. So let's look at the advantages of this sedan, in terms of operation and owner reviews. Not willing to rust. And if saffron milk caps appear, then in general the car is not prone to corrosion. Unlike competitors in this price range, Chevrolet Lacetti and Aveo, this sedan does not quickly rot. Body parts are not expensive. Soft and comfortable suspension. Reliability is average, but there are a lot of spare parts. Brakes are simple and durable, single piston disc front, drum rear. Automatic transmission, 4-speed RE4F03A, is reliable and simple. Mechanics, at least 200,000 go, then synchronizers need to be replaced. But it is advisable to change the oil in a mechanical box in the same way as in a machine, every 50 to 60,000. Trouble-free QG16 engine. Lack of hydraulic lifters, cast iron block, timing chain and distributed injection. What could be simpler and more reliable? The motor resource of such units easily exceeded 300,000 km. Only the oil needs to be changed regularly.